This is every single Easter egg, cameo, and hidden detail in Joker 2 that you probably missed because I missed them too. Because I was so distracted from all of the whispered singing, but I guess that's just what we deserve. This is your spoiler warning. You have been warned. Joker 2 opens with a Looney Tune-esque animated short film, My Shadow and Me, that basically recounts the events of the ending of the first movie, where it's implied that Arthur has split personality disorder, and his shadow, the Joker, was the one who committed all those crimes. But the Looney Tunes and cartoons in general play a huge factor throughout the entire movie. They're always seen playing in the background. We even get Pepe Le Pew, who, just like Arthur Fleck himself, is constantly searching for love. And even later on in the courtroom, he says, "That's all, folks." Shout out to Warner Brothers for the corporate synergy. The Waynes make a little return as we can see the Wayne building in the Gotham skyline. If you remember, Arthur Fleck for the longest time thought that Thomas Wayne was his father because his mother was a housekeeper for the Waynes for years. But you're not my dad. Gene Ufflin, who was one of the producers on Murray's show from the first movie, makes a small appearance in name only as the person who wrote the book The Night the Laughter Died that one of the guards gets Arthur to sign. The one that he signs with, "I hope you die and get cancer." That might be as funny as joke he's ever said. We also get the return of Mr. Puddles, who was the only guy who was ever nice to Arthur, and vice versa. You could tell that day that Arthur's snap really haunts him. Zazie Beetz returns as Sophia Dumont, who, just like me for real, was Arthur's girlfriend in his head. And also when we're first introduced to Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn, she does the, which was what Sophia Dumont did back to Arthur, which was also an indicator that this was all fake and in his head. So either they did this to throw us off, or she knows that means that he's crazy. Speaking of Lady Gaga's version of Harley Quinn, my bad, her name is actually Lee, because she's only Harley Quinn in name. And while she did study psychiatry, she's more of a Joker super fan than the Dr. Harleen Quinzel who falls in love with the Joker and goes into a vat of chemicals to become Harley Quinn. Later on, she gets a full costume that's kind of reminiscent to her comic look, indicating her full transformation into delusion. One of the biggest cameos is that we have Harvey Dent in this movie, who's working the case against Arthur. And yes, when the explosion goes off in the courtroom, half of his face is a little scarred with fire burning, foreshadowing his transformation into Two-Face. I mean, I guess that's better than just getting straight acid poured onto your face by Salvatore Maroni. This little musical scene with the Hotel Arkham background feels very reminiscent to this iconic Alex Ross cover. We also get Joker in his white suit from Dark Knight Returns, the graphic novel and the movie. And we also see the return of Pogos in another musical number, which is the same comedy club that Arthur tried to tell some jokes. But he's joking! At the end of the movie, Harley Quinn breaks up with Arthur Fleck on the iconic Joker steps, you know, the ones from the first movie. But it's crazy how that's not even the best scene of a Joker dancing on stairs. When Arthur gets arrested and taken back to Arkham, he rests his head on the police car similar to the first movie. And of course, the big one, the very controversial ending, when a random inmate tells Arthur a joke and ends it with "You get what you deserve," and stabs him to death. And as Arthur is dying on the floor, this inmate, using the same knife he killed Arthur with, carves a smile into his face, which is a clear and obvious reference to Heath Ledger's Joker. And no, this is not Heath Ledger's Joker's origin, because we have Harvey Dent in this movie. Timeline just does not add up. You either die a Joker or live long enough to see yourself become the Joker.